Hey folks, this is Kelani. It seems like our prayers might have been answered right before the end of the expansion. It's been talked about for so long now that I'm still surprised we haven't seen this kind of item in game yet. We kind of got our hopes up with the last PTR cycle when the class legendary items were introduced, but we were disappointed once again when they were awarded to those of us crazy enough to already have every legendary available for our class. So that didn't really work out the way we wanted it to, which was to have some avenue to collect legendary items with some sense of reliability, having them drop randomly from any form of content anytime and have the legendary that were awarded with being random as well, just compounded the problem into a really weird situation where if you decided to change your class partway through the expansion, the legendary system just seemed incredibly unfair. So there's a new item on the block, and it has been data mined from the PTR, which means it might not work exactly how we hope it works, but it seems like this item isn't really up for much interpretation. The Purified Titan Essence allows you to create a Legion legendary item for your current specialization. Again, not much wiggle room there for interpretation. It seems like we'll finally have an item which will create a legendary for us which we can actively work towards by completing specific content. This item is currently available from Arcanomancer Viridel, and the cost is set at 175 Wakening Essence. So if you remember, Wakening Essence is the stuff that allows you to upgrade your legendary items to item level 1000 and drops from a whole bunch of different content. You can complete emissary quests, daily heroic dungeons, raid bosses, weekly mythic plus cash, weekly PvP rewards, etc, etc. You get them from playing almost any part of the current end game. So here's the problem. If you haven't upgraded all of your legendaries to item level 1000 by now, you can still have this currency drop for you. If all of your legendaries are 1000, or if you hit 110 after the item level was increased to 1000, you can't collect Wakening Essence at all. That's a little frustrating, because the players who would probably need this legendary catch-up the most won't be able to stockpile any essence before this patch goes live. On the flip side, anyone who has a legendary in their bags which they haven't upgraded can continue to earn essence and stockpile it. It's a bit of a weird situation, but it doesn't feel great knowing that some players can instantly buy 2 legendary tokens, while others will have to actually farm up the essence after the patch goes live. Hopefully it won't be as big of an issue as I've seen most people making it out to be, but either way, using Wakening Essence is a little weird in the first place. I understand that it's a currency already in game and doesn't have many uses, but a new currency strictly for purchasing the legendary tokens could have been introduced just as easily without causing any problems whatsoever. The price point is also kind of interesting. If you complete a week's worth of emissary quests, a full clear of Antorus the Burning Throne, collect your weekly mythic plus cash, finish 7 random heroic dailies and do the 3 weekly PvP rewards, you should earn about 175 Wakening Essence in a single week. That number seems oddly familiar. Basically, if you do everything, and I mean everything that rewards Wakening Essence, you can purchase one of these legendary tokens per week on average. That's not too bad, I guess, 1 legendary per week, but again, you'd have to do every single last drop of content to collect every single Wakening Essence possible. That's going to be a tall order for a lot of players, so maybe 1 every 2 weeks is more of a fair assumption. That's a nice little addition to the legendaries that we'll already be collecting, because using a token to get a legendary isn't going to affect your legendary drop chance. Supposedly. Hopefully that's the way it works out, so you can probably expect 2 legendaries every 2 weeks, providing you're doing quite a bit of the content available, both for the bad luck protection for the usual legendary drops and then collecting the Wakening Essence to purchase your tokens. As a note, it seems like these tokens will be acting more of a personal catch-up mechanic, rather than an alt catch-up mechanic like the class-specific legendary tokens were. The Purified Titan Essence tokens are bind on pickup, so you won't be able to use your main stockpile of Wakening Essence to buy legendaries for your alt or any other character, just in case you were wondering. These legendary tokens are currently slated to go live with patch 7.3.5, which is hopefully just around the corner. I'm really looking forward to making good use of these tokens to get my mage a few legendaries that I need to play some other specs. Rerolling during this expansion really was tough, and it only got worse the later in the expansion that you decided you'd had enough of whatever you were playing. This token system is a fantastic way to supplement the current legendary system, but I can't help but feel this should have been included a very long time ago. This system has had problems for a very long time, and they haven't really gotten that much better. Waiting until the very last patch of the expansion to introduce a solid alternative for collecting legendaries seems a little lame, but I guess it's still better late than never. I'll be interested to see what happens if someone with all of their legendaries tries to use one of these tokens. Does it simply break and do nothing, or will it actually provide one of the class-specific legendaries? That could be an interesting little twist. But that's it for this video. Are you excited about these legendary tokens, or do you think this is still too little too late? Leave all your thoughts in the comments section below. Remember to leave a like just below the video before you leave, and if you want to see more, make sure to subscribe. But apart from that, thanks for watching folks, good luck and have fun, and as always, I will see you next time.